Hello. So you want to learn another language this year in 2023, but you don't exactly know how. Well, I'm a language teacher and I've learned a few languages already. And I would like to show you what my plan is and then tell you how you can adjust my plan to fit your needs. So with Persian, I already started the 1st of January in 2022 and I've studied for 282 hours since. Now to get a good level, I know I need to put in about 1100 hours. Now this year I want to try and be more than halfway there with 600 hours, meaning I need to do another 320 hours this year. I suggest you also check out how long it takes to learn your language, then decide how much time you want or need to spend this year to get to the level where you want to get. You can use this as a guide if you speak fluent English. So looking at this reference table, I know that I need 550 hours to get to the B1 level. But I will add another 10% to that because I think I'm not a very talented language learner. If you also think that you're not a very talented language learner, make sure you just add another 10% to the amount you need to study. If you think that you do have talent, of course, then just take 10% off. So now you have your end goal for this year and you know how much time you need to study. Now the question is, of course, what do you need to do in that time to get where you want to get? And there are some rules to follow. Rule number one, whenever you do something, make sure it is in your target language and you understand what's going on. So watching Netflix in Persian with English subtitles doesn't count as learning Persian, since rule number one states you need to do something in the target language to be learning the target language. So you can read, of course, the subtitles on Netflix, only then you need to put the subtitles in your target language and you need to be able to follow the story. This is how you can do it if you're still a beginner. You can first translate whatever conversation the people in this show are having, and then you watch it again with subtitles in the target language. The translation time counts as studying time and the watching time counts as studying time. Reading and listening should be your main activities. So reading along with subtitles or song lyrics also counts as reading and as listening at the same time. So those are great activities. Now having a conversation counts as speaking time, but it also counts as listening time. And doing Duolingo, grammar exercises, looking at vocabulary lists helps. But it's not your core activity, okay? So make sure that reading and listening together make up 90% of your studying time. So how do you read in a foreign language? Well, it doesn't really matter. You just have to try to understand a text. You can really do whatever you want, okay? The idea is just that you have a text that you don't understand and you find a way to understand it. And after that, you continue to the next one. Getting input you understand is absolutely necessary. It's not a method. It is not certain material out there that you already understand. No, input that is comprehensible. But however you make it comprehensible, using translation or tutor to explain whatever the hell is going on, it doesn't matter. So what about listening? If you listen, it's a little bit more tricky, because if you hear a word and you don't know what word it is, you'll probably hear it incorrectly, meaning that you can't look it up so easily. So that's why I recommend, especially in the beginning, to always listen and read at the same time. Now, you can also listen to texts that you've already read before. That is not only great for your listening skills, but like that, you're also connecting the script with the sounds. Rule number 3, pick one resource only and stick to it until you've finished. I'm choosing Persian in Use this year. I'm first going to do that. I listen and I read the dialogues and I talk about the dialogues with a tutor online on italki. And why? Because I like it. And that's rule number 4. Make sure you always do what you like. So I recommend that every once in a while you ask yourself the question, am I actually still enjoying learning this language? And if the answer is no, then change your plan. Rule number 5, make sure that you study every day a little bit and not a big chunk once a week. Rule number 6, integrate the language into your life. So what I did, I took the audios from this book, Persian in Use. I downloaded them onto my phone and I listened to them whenever I have some time or whenever I feel like it. I'll just try to repeat out loud whatever I hear, and like that I'm taking these little bits of time to study Persian. So now you know how much time you need to study and you know what to do in those hours. The last thing you need is, of course, a tracking system. Now, I track my languages like this, and I just suggest you copy this system in whatever program you like to use. So I made this Excel sheet. I keep track of my minutes and hours, and I make little notes about what I did, how I'm feeling, what I've learned, and what my struggles are. It's great fun to read back later whatever I've written, and it is very funny for you as well to read this into the future. Now, this year I will not only learn Persian, but I will also improve my French and my German as well. I track my study time for both of those languages as well, but my main goal in German and French is to read books, actually, because like that I'm learning words from context. So I'm reading and listening to the same books, just as says rule number 2. I'm reading this book in French right now. To get a good intermediate level, I do that. And in German, I will probably go for Franz Kafka, since I'm already pretty advanced. Now, please let me know in the comments which language you are studying and how you are planning to do that, so we can all learn from each other. I hope it was helpful, and I see you when I speak all my languages better.